Hello, welcome back to Marta from Sparta. In today's episode, we will address another summer trend. We will make few super fun raffia accessories. Yes, we're gonna use raffia only. And raffia is a natural fiber that comes from the leaves of the raffia palm tree. The tree is native to Madagascar but can also be found in tropical Africa, the Philippines, or another parts of the world, including Southeast Asia and South and Central America. The best quality of raffia, though, comes from the coastal valleys of Madagascar. I purchased few different kinds of raffias, including natural raffia, naturally dyed raffia, and I also tried paper raffia. And I will share my feedback and my thoughts about every each of them. So let's get started. As I mentioned in the beginning of the video, raffia is really trending material for this summer. Raffia shoes, bags, accessories. We can find raffia as accents of the clothing. Sky is the limit, and I will show you how to make few fun raffia accessories.
So I purchased three different, actually, raffias. Natural raffia, beautiful natural color. Another natural raffia, which is also natural raffia, which is dyed by hand. I really love this color. And I also purchased a paper raffia. And I'm gonna be using all three of them to make accessories. And we will see how easy it is to work with all those products. And that's my favorite combination, which I'm gonna attempt to do. So stay tuned, let's get started, let's make some fun summer accessories.
So first accessory we will make raffia pompons. And that's gonna be shoe clips, but the clips which we will attach to the back of the pompon you can use on anything you want. You can clip it on your headband, you can clip it on the bag, you could clip it on your ponytail, on the bathing suit. Sky is the limit, so use your imagination. In order to make a pompons, I purchased on Amazon, and I will link it below, pompon makers. And you do not have to use the pompon makers. You can use a paper and cut out the circle out of it and then wrap raffia around it. In order to make a two-color pompon like I did, you need to start with wrapping one color right in the center of the one of the legs of the pompon maker. And I cannot tell you how much raffia you should wrap around it. I can tell you only the more raffia you add to the pompon maker, the fuller your pompon will be. So remember, the first color, whichever color you choose, you're wrapping only in the center of one leg of pompon maker. Once you are happy with amount of raffia for your middle color, then you start to wrap the main color, which it will be the rest of your pompon. And you wrap it on top of the color which you already put in there, and from the beginning to the end of one leg of the pompon maker. So you keep wrapping the whole leg, and more raffia you will add, the fuller the pompon will be. So keep wrapping, and every raffia is different. Mine had very short strings, so I had to keep adding more and more and more. Once you're happy with amount of the main color, you close the leg and you keep wrapping the other leg exactly with the same color, the main color of the pompon. And again, the more raffia you will add, the fuller your pom-pom will be. So you keep wrapping, and don't worry if you get a raffia which has short strings. One of the raffias I got had very short strings, so I had to keep adding and adding and adding. That doesn't change really anything in this project. You just keep wrapping. My turquoise raffia had really, really long strings, so I could use only two of them. But my natural raffia had very strong, short strings, so I had to keep adding more and more of them. And once you are happy with amount of it, you just close your pom-pom maker. And what you're gonna do, you're gonna use either tiny scissors or the tiny clippers which come in the set in order to cut it. So I was using the largest raffia, the largest pom-pom maker which came in a set, because I wanted my pom-pom to be fairly big. Even the biggest one, it's not that big, because you have to remember one thing. Once you're done with cutting your pom-pom, you will have to trim it. So when you start to trim your pom-pom, basically you are going down with your size. So keep that in mind, that when you're choosing your size, that you will have to trim your pom-pom, and it will be smaller than the original pom-pom maker. So once we are done and we're happy with the amount of raffia we have on the pom-pom maker, we just cut it all around it with the pom-pom maker being closed. You don't open it. You cut both sides open, and you keep your pom-pom maker closed until you're done cutting. The next thing we're gonna do, I basically took the piece of main color of raffia, and you have to go through the middle of the pom-pom maker and hide it really, really hard. I was trying to tie it so much that I broke the raffia. So what I did, I went around it once, I went around it twice, and I really tied it, and I tied the knot. And once your pom-pom is secured and you tie the knot, you can open the wheel, and here you go. That's your pom-pom.
Okay, so I attempted to do 3 different pom-poms using different raffias. This one is combination of natural raffia with a paper raffia. I will link everything below. As you see, it's really difficult to close the pom-pom right in the middle because the natural raffia is very stiff. So I will attempt to use glue gun and see if I can close it right over here so I can have nice round pom-pom, and then I will shape the pom-pom. Overall, I'm not crazy about this combination because I wanted to use all natural raffia, but it's not entirely bad. I just don't like this color, and I don't like the fact that I cannot close it right in the middle. Maybe it's too much of it. I will play with it and see what's gonna happen later. So with this one, I have pretty similar issue. This is natural raffia and this is natural raffia. So they both super stiff, and I would like to close the pom-pom, but like you see in the middle, it's pretty impossible. So I might need to Google if I can make it wet and kind of like bend it in shape, or maybe I can use the glue gun and just glue the middle section of it, but it's again the same issue. But I love this combination most because both of them are natural raffias, and I love the colors. They are super natural. So I will try to work with this one best because I love this combination best, and I will get back to you how this is gonna come out. I think I'm gonna try to put it in the water and try to shape it first before I'm gonna actually use a glue gun. So this is combination number three. This is paper raffia. Both of them are paper, and again, kind of same issue. I can't really form the pom-pom because we see the split. If I will use less product, the pom-pom not gonna be too full, and I'm actually going for the very full effect. So I will also try first using water and if that's not gonna work, then I'm gonna use the glue gun and try to just connect the middle and then shape the pom-pom. If not, I potentially might have to live with something like that, but if I will, then I rather to use totally natural raffia, and maybe I will use less in the middle, but I don't think the middle section makes difference. I think the overall natural raffia is.
So I started to trim my pom-pom in the size and beautiful round shape. And as I mentioned in the video, if you decide to use natural raffia, what will happen is it's very stiff, so you will have to kind of like close it, so you're not gonna see the string which you tied in between in a raffia pom-pom maker. So what I did, as I mentioned in video, I'm gonna try to make it wet. It didn't really work, so what I decided to do, I just put a few dots of glue gun just to cover the string in the middle, so my main color will look will be closed and it's not gonna reveal the string. And I did it only in the front of the pom-pom, because if the back is open, I actually don't care, because I will attach the clip to the back. So the fact that it stays open in the back, it's actually very convenient for me.
So I just finished shaping my pom-poms, and that's how the paper on paper pom-pom came out. And as I mentioned, I used a little bit of glue to connect the middle right over here, so it's gonna stay closed, because that's the part which will be facing out. And well, it kind of got stiffer over here because the glue, but it was fairly easy to do that. That's how the paper on paper pom-pom looks like. Not my favorite per se, but well, it's not that bad. I also don't like the colors. I wanted to go with something more natural and less vibrant looking, but maybe I'm gonna work on shaping a little bit more. But that's the pom-pom number 1. This is pom-pom number 2, which is natural raffia with a paper raffia. And now we are closer to home now, because this is something more what I'm looking for. The colors are less vibrant, and I mean, this one looks pretty close to the natural, kind of. It's more yellowish than I would like to be, but I really like turquoise right in there. So this one is more what I am looking for actually as a finished result, and I use the same technique. I kind of like put a dots of glue gun to connect the middle, so it's not going to be splitting, and it came out pretty cool, I have to say. Again, color wise it's closer to what I'm looking for, but not exactly. This is way too orangey for me. So now I will show you the last one, and here we go. That's natural raffia with natural raffia only, same technique. I use the glue gun to connect it in the middle. I don't care how it looks in the back, because I will attach the clip to the back, so I actually like that it's still staying fairly flat. It's gonna be easier to sit on anything. Yeah, I'm planning to clip it on the shoes or on my bag. So I really like, and this is exactly what I'm going for. Natural raffia, naturally dyed raffia with just natural raffia. And that's very earthy colors. I really love this one. And I was able to close the middle, which that's exactly what I wanted. And hopefully now that I'm gonna be able to make another one exactly same, because I need one more for another shoe. So hopefully I can recreate this.
The next step is pretty easy and self-explanatory. You buy the shoe clips on Amazon, which are linked in description below. And if you follow me and if you watch my previous videos, I'm keep using the same brand of clips over and over again. I love them. They never broke. They hold very well. And they have like this tiny two spikies, which prevents the clip from moving wherever you guys decide to attach it. And I use the glue gun and I basically attach it to the back of the pom-pom. And as I mentioned before, I didn't care about connecting and covering the string in the back. It's actually very convenient that the pom-pom stayed open in the back, because it's gonna sit flat on the shoe first of all, and it was easier to attach a clip to it. And because I made few different pom-poms and using few different raffias, I decided to make brooch and the hair clip from remaining pom-poms I had, because since I already made them, I thought that maybe I will get a use out of them, and I made a brooch slash clip, which was also same kind of idea. I bought the attachment on Amazon, which is in the link in description below, and I just attach it to the back of the pom-pom, and I'm gonna use it as a brooch or bathing suit clip or like ponytail clip. You know, sky is the limit with this type of attachments. And the next project will be a clip. It could be keychain clip, it could be bag. You can clip it anywhere you want to with this type of attachment. And I'm doing raffia tassels. And I chose turquoise and natural raffia because that fits my needs, my wardrobe needs the most. And I like the aqua color, reminds me summer, but there is so many beautiful raffias dyed naturally out there. And also in the link below, I will attach the seller which dyes raffia naturally, and he or she, they have outstanding selection of naturally dyed raffia. So if you want to choose different color, the aqua, there is so many choices out there. So let's get started. And again, it's the same concept like the pom-pom. More raffia you will wrap around your fingers, the fuller your tassel will be. And once you're done with wrapping around, you basically make a loop like you see on the video and push the end of the strings through your wrap tassel. And you don't cut it until you actually secure everything. So after doing step one, I'm doing the same kind of technique, making a loop and putting my tassel through the loop, and I'm actually gonna tie it somewhere on the top to make this kind of a head of the tassel, wrap around it, make a knot. And once I complete those two steps, I will cut the bottom. I never cut the bottom before I do the two steps and secure my tassel. So I made 3 tassels of the same color, and then I attached them all together using glue gun. And once I did that, I'm gonna wrap a raffia around the section, on top section, to make them look like they are one piece, and I'm gonna tie a simple knot around it. And from the remaining string which I have on top of the tassel, I want to make like a very thick braid, which will serve me later as an attachment to my keychain. If your tassels are not perfectly same length and even, don't worry about it. Once you're gonna glue them together and make a braid, then you just trim them so they look perfectly same length and even, and tie the knot on top just to secure your braid before you're gonna actually attach it to the keychain. I wasn't sure how long I wanted to be, so I made it like very long, which then later in the video you will see that I'm gonna have to unbraid it. And what happened is I also thought like, well, maybe I don't want one color tassel, so I used also the other raffia and made a few different color tassels using exactly same technique. Then I trimmed them. I trimmed them a little bit shorter on the outside edges because I wanted kind of like a round looking tassel. And then I was actually playing with it, and there is really nothing to teach you here. You just play with it and see how your keychain wants to look like. I had to undo my braid because I was thinking like, how do I want to attach the clip? And I could attach it with jewelry hardware, which you can use like a simple loop. But then I thought like I don't want to add more to it, so I decided to unbraid it and then braid it back with the attachment in it. And then I braid the rest of the tassels into the same braid. So you just play with it. This is what I did. And I was doing it one way, then I unbraided and tried another way. So there is no right or wrong over here. I was trying to do different techniques and different methods and see what I like the most. And at the end, you will see what I end up with. So I was recording the video to show you uh, what I was doing, what I was happy with, how it came out if you're gonna do this way, how it came out if you're gonna do another way. And again, you can design your tassel and keychain the way you want it. So I end up having one in the beginning, and I said, well, I probably would like to have more color because it was too plain to me, and it looked great with the shoes, but I still wasn't too pleased with the one tassel. So I decided to undo it again and attach the other ones. So you will see later in the video what I end up with and what I was happy with. But this is individual taste. You don't have to suggest yourself with what I did.
So shoes and bag, they ready. They look pretty cool. I decided to change how I install the fringes on the clip. So I switched the clip for something different, for this type of clip. And that's the shoes. I will show you how they look like. Actually, they match my pants today. And they are so easy to replace. It's just clip in. Super fun, and you can clip it on anything you want to. And same thing with a bag. You can take it off if you don't want to have that.
I hope you like this video and I hope you like this project. It was super simple, easy, and very low budget DIY, and it will keep you on trend, and you can use this raffia accessories to your existing wardrobe and still be on trend. And I love the fact that the clips can be used on multiple accessories. You can even clip them to the bag, to your pony, to your bathing suit, to your beach bag. I love the fact that you don't have to stay with these clips and have them on shoes only. And raffia is very inexpensive. It's from $3 to $10. It depends how much you're gonna buy of it, and you really don't need that much. So I hope you enjoyed this episode, and I hope you enjoyed my ideas, and I will see you next week. Thank you for watching.